show thumbs up to them to start the live session?
Definitely.
Inaji, we are live on Facebook, and to our beloved audience, viewers, followers, and supporters, let the video begin.
Lately, I've been thinking, I want you to be happier. I want you to be happier. When the morning comes and we see what we've become. In the cold light of day, we're a flame in the wind, not the fire that we begun. Every argument, every word we can't take back. Cause with all that has happened, I think that we both know the way that the story ends. Then only for a minute I want to change my mind, cause this just don't feel right to me. I wanna raise your spirits, I want to see you smile, but no, that means I'll have to leave. No, that means I'll have to leave. Lately, I've been thinking, I want you to be happier. I want and the image of being with someone else, but it's eating me up inside. But we ran our course. Okay. Now if we jump together, at least we can swim far away from the wreck we made. Then only for a minute I want to change my mind, cause this just don't feel right to me. I wanna raise your spirits, I want to see you smile, but no, that means I'll have to leave. No, that means I'll have to leave. Lately, I've been thinking, I want you to be happier. I want you to be happier. So I'll go. I will go. So I'll go. I will go. Lately, I've been thinking, I want you to be happier. I want you to be happier. Even though I might not like this, I think that you'll be happier. I want you to be happier. Then only for a minute I want to change my mind, cause this just don't feel right to me. I wanna raise your spirits, I want to see you smile. No, that means I'll have to leave. No, that means I'll have to leave. Lately, I've been thinking, I want you to be happier. I want you to be happier. So I'll go. I will go.
Happiness cannot be hidden by sorrows. Positivity cannot be overruled by negative thoughts. Every sunset that we face is suddenly the end of a day in our lives, which is not a true ending, by the way. It is the dawn of an opportunity that gives rise to numerous golden windows through a bright, beautiful day that shall make us rise and shine. Enjoy this beautiful day and be prepared for a better tomorrow. This is Fahmida Mohamed, moderator of today's session, wishing you all a beautiful and blessed evening. And for those who have joined from other time zones, a very good morning to you and a very good afternoon to you as well. Nonetheless, I did come across a beautiful saying, quote, "The poorest person on earth is not the one who lacks fortune, but the one who lacks connectivity to God himself. A moment without his presence or blessings, how valuable it may seem, shall always be empty." To bestow ourselves with the blessings of the Almighty, let us commence this blockbuster session with the lighting of the oil lamp and invoke ourselves with serenity, grace, and peace. May I now call upon a beautiful, bodacious, and bold, our very own technical host, Miss Ina Singh, to do the blessed honors. Miss Ina, if you please.
शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः.
Peace, a beautiful word that has engulfed our minds and souls, especially during the tough times that we confronted with during the past 1 year. While having to combat external forces, many of us did arrive at a realization that without being at inner peace, we shall never be able to find the tranquility in changing the way we see everything around us. To be able to self-introspect, we require a clear mind to be able to see. And to have a clear mind, we have finally arrived at the juncture to understand the importance of being mentally and spiritually at peace. Finally, the ultimatum is to get to know who we are. The day I knew everything was the day I stopped figuring out everything. And the day I knew peace was the day I let go of everything but my true self. A quote by C. Joybell that I reviewed recently. Well, if peace is so paramount, when do we as an individual need to attain this? $1 million question that this summit shall answer to you through facts, philosophies, and thought-provoking insights. So my beloved audience, be ready for a roller coaster ride of a whirlwind of facts. Peace in every piece. From the day we were vested with the beautiful gift of life is where we are given the chance to embrace every moment to make peace with ourselves. Different walks of life brought into one single spectrum called the being. Let us further understand how at every episode of our lives, we can start imbibing the traits of being at peace and living life to the fullest. Now, with me going on talking, I have now approached at the very moment to bring to light a few personalities who are confident leaders carrying a noble responsibility of spreading the need of global love and compassion through collaboration, cooperation, and contribution. They believe being kind is the only way to make everything possible, as love bears the power to change anything in this world. Beginning with, it is an immense pleasure to introduce a wonderful leader and her blessed entity, who have demonstrated nothing but great traits of a noble leader, enabling and facilitating all those who deserve an opportunity to dream more, learn more, and do more. Well, beginning with the entity itself that represents her nobility, it is once again my utmost pleasure in introducing 3H Companions, an organization that aims at helping and guiding individuals as if answering all their problems about work, life skills, and management with the 3H. 3H, head, heart, and the hand. It just doesn't teach us how to live. It actually provokes our thoughts and intensifies the change within us. Love, respect, patience, good laws, and fair justice are the best instruments that 3H Companion follows. It also believes in working together and succeeding with integrity. In 2007, it stepped with almost 50 members, those who want to learn, sing, and rock beyond books in 3 months to develop personal and spiritual skills with a mission beautiful, fearless, and fantabulous owner, the very founder of 3H Companion, an edu lover, a motivational speaker, teacher, trainer, psychological counselor, a blogger, and spiritual wellness coach who enjoys her passion as a communicator, helping and guiding individuals. Well, her life, for her, life is a Wi-Fi connection. That made me think, my life is a Wi-Fi connection. To her, it is all about some places it's weak, some places it's strong. Let's put it together in welcoming the founder of 3H Companion, Miss Chanchal Bhargava. May I now please invite Ms. Chanchal to take the stage and immerse us and our beloved audience with her beautiful, motivational, and inspirational, and peaceful words. Ma'am, the stage is all yours.
Thank you, Fahmida. It's your golden words, your smile that has brought peace already in. Now, what I need to say, everything you have already said, so just in few words, I just speak about the prayers today. Prayers are blessings, connections, which connected us with our own soul. Its purity, serenity, and lead us to tranquility. The true sense of life with God and with our surroundings. Say it be nature, people, and materials, where life rotates and revolves. Or you may say that it takes roller coaster rides, as Fahmida already says. where some we find it strong and somewhere we find it weak, like these days during this corona pandemic situation, we find weak. Why? Because the surroundings, if we see, they are full of sufferings, full of traumas, casualties. And that's the reason when we take in as it is, we become weak in our thoughts, in our emotions. But my dear friends, life is such. Living with this fact, we need to accept it. And trust me, as soon as you accept the life with simplicity, that lets whatever happens, happening, and we need to accept it. Let it happen. Only the thing is that we shall control few things. We shall believe in ourselves, first of all, in our karmas. If we do good, nothing bad will happen to you. Let me tell you. A question was asked, I think, year before, that we all do good, but still something, wrong or some bad happened to us. Why? It was predestined. What you are doing now, it will come in future. What you did in past, it is now received by you. So better do good right now. We are living in different phases and we need to face them differently. That's what makes the difference. And today we have different panelists, eminent speakers. They will be speaking upon different phases of life. So I won't speak much. I give rest to my words here, saying that we all are here to ensure each other that we should live in peace and we should rest in peace. That's the reason we are here. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Believe in your infinite potential. Your only limitations are those you set upon yourself. If you believe very strongly in something, stand up and fight for it. The only person who can pull yourself down is none but you. So here I am, saying my oath, I am not going to let myself pull me down anymore. So let's stand for ourselves. Thank you for those golden words, Chanchalji. Next is a gentleman who is a born leader, to have taken over everything and nothing but to represent the positivity in life. Through his smiles, words, and action, he has reached many milestones, including Chief Advisory and Chief Mentor of Positive Thoughts, Resident Director and International Advisor of Sports Academy Association of India, Ambassador, Commonwealth Entrepreneur Club, aggressively working on Sustainable Development Goals number 2, 4, 7, and 13. Ladies and gentlemen, respected leaders, please join me in welcoming our chief and ceremonial guest, Mr. Sanjeev Kapoor. Sir, can I kindly request you to take precedence and engulf us with your words of wisdom?
Thank you very much, Fahmida. It's an honor for me, Chanchal, Gaurav, and all other eminent speakers and personalities sitting in this webinar to call me at this wonderful topic of peace, taking it together. And the peace, what I feel is, if your mind is not peaceful, then how can you deliver something which is peaceful? How can you convince other that I am peaceful and you also become peaceful? I'll put myself in those shoes and say that my mind right now is not peaceful because my son is going through a tough time of COVID situation right now. So my mind is not peaceful, but I need to make it peaceful by putting together the positive thoughts, what Gaurav is trying to aspire to the word, that yes, all is well, all is well. So that is what the whole idea is. Peace to me is within, it is in the soul. I'll give you an example. uh, Kana's flute is the piece for Radha and Meera. Maybe it is a music for others, but it is a piece for those two lovely ladies who were the goddesses of our nature. If you really feel that the god, the Ma Vaishno, जिनकी उत्पत्ति हुई, and they are the ones who were have the avatars of three devis, the Lakshmi, Saraswati and Parvati, or Kali. There was when the Ma Vaishno was trying to take the preachings from the three devis. There was a village. That village, although she got the birth in the Rajgharana, but she used to visit the Vaishnavi. Vaishnavi is the name, the younger name of Ma Vaishno, and she used to visit the village for taking care of those ill people, for taking care of those needy people, for spreading love, for spreading every day by telling lie to her father, or telling lie to her mother and surrounding. But the Senapati was going with him, with her. So I think the even if a lie, I just want to bring it to a point, even if it's a lie which gives the happiness to your surroundings, is not a lie. It's a peace within you. It is a peace within. I know that, I will tell you, I know that my son is going to recover in next, say, 12 days, 13 days, 10 days. But if that lie which satisfies me that no, he will be recovered tomorrow, so it is a piece of my mind, it is a piece of my gesture, it is a piece of the thing. So I think with those words, I think I am not in that mental stage to talk much more. And I once again thank Chanchal ji, thank Gaurav ji, and thanks all of you to have me on this panel. I may be leaving soon, and kindly pardon my this gesture. And thank you very much for having me. Thank you.
Pleasure
Faith
hosted.
is all about seeing light when all your eyes, all what they see is darkness. Sanjeev Kapoorji, your presence here has made a remarkable change because you have been the benchmark of strength and resilience. Even through these tough times, you have made time for all of us and to our beloved audience. Thank you once again on behalf of
Thank you.
Positive Thoughts, Gauravji, Shanchalji. Thank you once
Thank you
again,
very
sir. Well, I have come to the biggest and the toughest segment where I'm supposed to speak very little about a gentleman who stands for so much. I will try my best. Ladies and gentlemen, our next special, very special guest is a well-known and respected multi-award-winning motivational speaker, life coach, published writer, and a social activist, also known as the Happiness and Gratitude Ambassador, founder of Positive Thoughts Consulting and Trainings Solutions. He has taken an unconventional path of becoming a motivational speaker, a journey that has made all the difference, not only to him, but to all those surrounding him. He believes passion keeps a person motivated, and people who follow it will always find happiness and satisfaction in whatever they do. He believes that we each achieve our vision of success by getting to know our inner selves and understanding what drives us. To enlighten us on the path we have embarked today, peace in every peace. The man of the day, the winner of life, God's gift to all, a manifestation of smiles, love, and compassion. May I please invite, ladies and gentlemen, a huge round of applause to Mr. Gaurav Sharma.
Thank you so much, Fahmida ji, for these golden words. First of all, आप सभी को मेरा हाथ जोड़ के स्नेह भरा नमस्कार, and a very, very, very beautiful evening to all. जो अभी Zoom मीटिंग में हैं और काफी लोग हमें Facebook पे देख रहे होंगे, उन सबको भी very good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Fahmida ji, आपने बहुत ज़्यादा बोला. These are very much for me. I'm just a normal salesman who tries to sell happiness. That's it, with a smile. First of all, I would like to take this opportunity to thank Ms. Chanchal Bhargav ma'am, founder of 3H Companion, who gave us the opportunity to present our views on a very, very, very important topic, which is the need of an hour: rest in peace versus live in peace. And today is the day of my team, a moment of pride, so that we can share our views accordingly. We are going to touch every corner, every phase of this human life, starting from the infant age till the old age, starting from the very first chapter of our life till the last chapter of our life. Peace in every piece. I would like to share just few words that if we don't have peace, it isn't because someone took it from us. We gave it away. We definitely gave it away because self-acceptance is here and now, not future-oriented. Self-acceptance is the conscious act of releasing self-judgment so that you can experience your wholeness. The deep inner peace that comes from genuine self-acceptance is the essential root of all of our ease and well-being. When we keenly feel the disappointment of failing to meet our own expectations or those of someone dear to us, when we believe again the harsh old negative stories about ourselves, convinced that they are the real truth of who we are, we need some tools and practices to recover the sense of our inner goodness and worth that is our birthright. So taking this topic ahead, I would like you to take this session ahead and ask our speaker for the day. We have Indu Punj ma'am, we have Pooja Saran ma'am, we have Sonesh Bhardwaj ma'am, and Kavita Rai ma'am. They are the super awesome speakers in their particular domain, and I'm not just hoping, I'm damn sure they are going to give you a very insightful learnings today. Mark my word. Thank you so much, Fahmida ji. Thank you so much. And thank you so much once again, Chanchal ma'am, for this golden opportunity. Looking forward to it. Bye.
Thank you so much, Gaurav Sharma ji. Did not I say you? He's going to sweep off our feet with a tsunami of positivity. Thank you so much once again. Well, now it's time to invite the famous folk, I would say, our distinguished and respected panel of speakers. And let me begin with the founder of Stories Matter, an organization focused on integrating stories into school curriculum to focus on holistic learning. Having conducted several workshops across schools in India to create digital content, she is a trained counselor, having placed high value on ensuring the mental health of children. She has also been an educator with over 20 years of experience in schools like DPS International, Air Force School, and also schools in smaller towns. Having worked with the educational NGO Kata as the director training, during this time, She has contributed her bits by creating video content, conducted online story sessions, webinars, counseling sessions, FB Lives, and attended many such events. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together in welcoming the most beautiful and the most intellectual, Miss Indu Punj.
Thanks a lot, Fahmida, for such a wonderful and kind introduction. Thanks, Gauravji. Thank you, Chanchal ma'am, and a very warm good evening to all the panelists. I'm indeed honored and privileged, I would say, to be part of this panel discussion. And as you've mentioned, that I teach through stories, and our story of life begins since inception. The way our mother holds us right from the beginning. This is how we feel love and tranquility begins, the way we are cajoled, the way we are nurtured in our mother's lap, in our family, the way we are spoken to. So in today's talk, I'm going to talk about how do we deal with social, emotional, upbringing. How do we give these, how do we make children aware about their emotions? Like in today's testing times, we as grown-ups are feeling so much anxiety, there is so much despair, there's so much pain. Even children are listening to all this news. They are also aware of losing people. So do we talk to them? Do we talk about how they are feeling and how are they tackling, or what is their coping mechanism in these testing times? So it's very important right from the beginning, we give these feelings, we make them understand about their own self. How is it going inside? As everybody is already spoken about, it starts within. It's all starts from us within our own peace, and that's how it transcends to the world outside. So if I am inside very disturbed, I'm going to transfer that to others. So this has to begin from the infancy, or we can say right from the day child starts imbibing and absorbing information from the outside world. This is what I'm going to speak. Over to Fahmida, and then we will talk about whatever is required to be spoken. Thank you.
Thank you, Induji. Thank you for connecting with us and being with us on this platform. And next, we have founder, Neuroguide Wellness Care, co-behavior investigator, hypnotherapist, graphotherapist, body language trainer, mindfulness and emotional intelligence coach. She investigates why we human beings behave the way that we do through science of emotions, handwriting analysis, body language, and NLP. She helps human beings, and that at thousands and thousands, through remodeling behaviors and beliefs by, once again, graphotherapy, hypnotherapy, and energy healing. I missed one thing, with her ever beautiful smile. My most favorite, let me welcome, and please do join me with a huge round of applause while I call upon Miss Pooja Saran.
It has been such a pleasure. Thank you so much, Fahmida. Can you hear me properly?
You are audible, ma'am.
Thank you, Fahmida. Such a strong soul, such a beautiful soul you are. And I'm honored to be sitting in front of so many people who have so much of experience in this field of empathy and sharing knowledge with other people. I'm pretty new here. And so I'll be sharing more of what I have gone through. As the fourth child of the house, very disconnected from the adults because the age difference between me and my siblings was too much. And my father was not always around. He was in MES. He always used to travel around. And my mother kept on struggling between the top three and the one which was unplanned. So as a child who was going through a lot of emotions, and when I overhear mom telling other friends, you know, this happened by mistake and we never planned her, out of fun. But as a child, you go through a lot of emotions. And growing up in a small family, in a small town, I went through a lot of physical and sexual abuse. And I so wish now. I remember a couple of years back, all my school friends asked me to go back to the school. Let's go and have a school meeting. Let's go and meet our school friends and let's go and see our school. Trust me, guys, I didn't want to go to school. I had shivers, I had goosebumps. I didn't want to because I didn't have good memories of school. But I did go. I went and while I was crossing that corridor, I didn't have a feeling saying, oh my God, this is the class that taught me where Shah Jahan was born and where Paris is and what is all about mitochondria and all the skin and all the body. I never felt grateful to the teacher who taught me the PE or physical education. I didn't feel grateful to the teacher who taught me all about history, science, and maths because there was no teacher who taught me that if you're feeling bad when you've gone through a sexual abuse, it's okay. There was no teacher who could actually sit with me and share my tears when I was getting physically abused. There was no teacher who could tell me the formula of emotions, equation of emotions, the formula of feelings. If I knew what anger is, if I knew how to express it, I think today there was no need of me going to therapies or anyone at 40, 45 sitting in front of a therapist. Today I'm a hypnotherapist and such an irony. I deal with a lovely technique called as inner child release. This is my mission here. I don't want any inner child to be made in the first place. I don't want any inner child to feel left out. And that's the reason I took this journey. I wanted to take care of the kids, especially the teenagers who go through so much. There is so much science behind it. There's so much evolution that happened. The brains have changed. We all have changed. But our theories, our parenting have not changed. So I want to sit here, if I have that much of understanding, to share my emotions to the parents and empower the teenagers to see within and find peace in every inner child within. And that's where I am. I'm hoping to give and add value to all the parents here and all the people who are listening to me. And again, very, very grateful to all the panelists here, Ina ma'am, Gaurav sir, and everyone here who's given me this opportunity to take this mission forward. Thank you.
Pooja ji, if you are a mistake that your parents state you as, you are the best mistake and may many mistakes like you happen, and you have turned out to be a wonderful gift to many people through NLP. Thank you so much for being with us once again. Well, going into the next speaker, a person who likes to introduce herself very, very in brief. So here she goes as a global motivational speaker, certified sales and leadership master trainer, life and business coach, youth mentor, and women catalyst, director of IDIN Foundation Karnataka, and I got more for you, effervescent personality who is so vibrant and enthusiastic in all times. When there is need for thoughts, when there is need for opinions, when there is need for positivity, she has been a manifestation that I have witnessed throughout my journey. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together in welcoming Miss Sanesh Bharadwaj.
Thank you so much, Fahmida ji. I think it's so lovely to hear your voice again and again, and I really, really take your energy, to be very honest. So it's so I would say we don't meet just simply, we meet because there is something more powerful we are going to create. This is a firm belief I move my life with. And to be very honest, the kind of introduction you have given, Fahmida, I think this is like lovely, amazing, and you made my day. And I'm so glad, so thankful to all the eminent speakers here, specifically to Gauravji and Chanchal ma'am, to provide us this wonderful platform to share our thoughts and do this value addition, whatever we are bound to as a team, as a team of eminent speakers. And it's so lovely, today the need of the hour is something which we are going to address. So I think we are pretty much bang on what we are looking out right now. So hats off to each and everybody. And I was listening to the kind of energy I was getting from each and every single individual. So it is so vibrant. Definitely the whole show is going to rock. And I'm so excited about it. Now coming down to my segment. So just to give us quick brief, I am basically an engineer from Haryana, to be very honest, and I'm so proud to be from Haryana. That's my roots, right? Now currently I'm settled down in Bangalore. So I'll tell you, the journey was so amazing. So prior to me, I think Pooja was sharing a wonderful thought on, like, when you are a child and you go through this transformational journey where you don't find anyone who can at least acknowledge your thoughts. Now I'm going to take you to the next level of that, which is pretty critical, right? And that is something, when you are so grown up, you call yourself, hey, I'm a qualified graduate, so-called graduate, and I'm ready to take the next leap of my life called professional life. Now, let me tell you, the challenge starts here. The actual real testing starts here. Okay. So for me, life is amazing right from a child. Then when we move on to the next layer, and the third layer is basically where we define ourselves, how we are going to balance our life in terms of profession and being a personal human being. So I'm going to throw lights on that being a corporate leader, being a corporate, climbing up that whole ladder, how difficult that ladder could be if you emotionally don't balance yourself. And a lot of people complain about corporate culture. They talk about, a lot of in and out of corporate. No doubt, experience always counts on that. But I feel I was successful in converting that whole journey of my corporate of 15 years into the most lovable journey. And today I feel so blessed that if I have turned out something, a meaningful or empowering individual, I thank each and every single mentor in my life, because they have come at such a phase in my life where, yes, I was looking out that somebody should help me, somebody should at least acknowledge me what I'm manifesting for. And I'm a firm believer of manifestation. To be very honest, spirituality throughout my life, right from my childhood, my mom has incredibly, I would say, inherited in us. And that has played wonders, I think. So this is something, a pretty much part in the segment which I'm going to throw my lights on. I'm hoping that I would love to answer whatever you feel. Just shoot your answer, queries, because we all are here to discuss onto the same. Right? So on that note, I just over to you, Fahmida, to take it up to the next level. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Soneshji. As I said, very vibrant and enthusiastic was that. Thank you so very much.
Thank you.
Finally, we move to our fourth speaker in our panel. Last but the best. Parent of 2 grown-up male children. Now I'm surprised. Kavitaji, holding a master's degree in psychology and counseling. She is working for youth empowerment and development, co-member of Stop Today, an initiative to make the nation addiction-free. Actively initiated webinar for addictive behavior in youth today, gaming, social media, online addiction, and strategies to cope with them. A passionate, dedicated, and resourceful counseling psychologist with experience of impacting over 3,500 plus students with career counseling, coaching, motivational counseling, workshops, and relationship counseling. Her mission is to bring positive change by mentoring and guiding youth for a happy career and a great life. A project management specialist with over 8 years experience with various corporate houses, including a premier hospitality chain like Taj Mansingh, New Delhi. Not only that, our final speaker today is recovering from COVID-19, and she has shown as the benchmark of strength. She has shown that amidst anything, we could stand up and speak our voice if we have the willingness to do so. So ladies and gentlemen, let's give a huge round of applause to Miss Kavita Rai.
Thank you, Fahmida. You give so much of energy. You charge us, we are driving energy from you. And it's a pleasure to be in this particular platform where we will be talking about the peace. As Gaurav has mentioned, when we give up our peace, it is we are giving up. It is we are who are giving the control to someone else. So I strongly believe that being in peace is a choice that we make in our life and we continue to make despite all the adversity, despite all the unrest that is going inside you, outside you, because environment, it will never be to our expectation, the way we want. World is changing, evolving, and things are happening which are beyond our control. But what is in our control is to take control of our life, to make a choice every day that, yes, I have to be in peace. And for me, peace has 3 layers. It is in your mind, it is in your speech, it is in your action. I believe it is manasa, vaka, and karmana. So these are the 3 areas that we need to seek peace within our life. And as we proceed to our last phase of life, that is being a senior citizen, it's a myth. People say that, enough has been done, you have achieved a lot in life. Why you have to think about something? There's nothing to worry about you. Now it is shoulder has been taken by your kids, about other members in the family. But my personal experience through my voluntary service in the old age homes and even interaction with my in-laws and the people around, I see there are a lot of unrest which is still exist at this age. There are fears, there are anxiety, there are stress. But yes, we will learn together how to be in peace with these thoughts, because thoughts, they continue to flow. No matter what you say, be positive. Don't think about negative things. Don't think about that thing has happened or something. But thoughts, it's a continuous flow that keeps on coming to us. But it is we who decide how to drive it, where I want to take this. Do I want to make a peace to myself, or I want to create an unrest? So we will be discussing this in detail with all eminent speakers which are there. They will be discussing their each level of life, and I'm truly honored to be part of it. So over to you, Fahmida.
Thank you so much, Kavita ji. Wasn't that a warm gush of positivity that you brought within us? Thank you so much for having said those beautiful words. Thank you so much once again. And now it's time to brace yourselves, because that so-called roller coaster ride is about to begin. The Q&A sessions where our wonderful speakers will be sharing such insightful learnings, facts, figures, tips, and tricks for you to understand what it is to be at peace. So beginning with, baby, isn't that who we all are? Isn't that who we all step onto this earth to be? So let me invite Miss Indu Punj to answer this question. Miss Indu, children are pure souls whatsoever, who can be taught to believe what's right and what's wrong. Now, it's not all about being, how is it taught? Now, usually what is taught is much more powerful than how is it taught. How important is it for children to understand, and important for parents to teach the importance of inner peace. Your thoughts on this, ma'am?
Thank you so much for the wonderful question, Fahmida. Yes, it is very important. Like initially, I would like to say here, when we talk to children, we talk about mindfulness of being mindful of this situation. Basically, as we said, what we talk to children, how we speak to them, the words that are conveyed, like Pooja has very rightly projected, the words that she got to hear as a child are still, you know, following her, and kind of they get woven around us, our personality, like garments, and we carry that personality, that persona, that confidence, that self-esteem gets injured the way we are spoken to. So it's very important for parents and teachers to understand how we deal with our children. What is the language? Let's say the child is intelligent in one subject and we say, oh, so and so is so good in mathematics. On the contrary, on the flip side, if they we talk about this child is not good in this, has the potential to do it, so that child is basically, we are putting that child's entire you know, self in a unrest position. So it's very important from the beginning to give them this value of let me just inner peace wherever they are, whichever situation they are in, to be thankful of that situation and whatever they are getting. Let's say in today's world, if I have Samsung, or if I have this phone, I want iPhone. So right from the beginning, right from childhood, if we give them this value of being satisfied, of being thankful, of expressing gratitude, that every morning when we get up, we are alive, we are still breathing, and we pray for each and every person's good health, this will be helpful to children. And that is how, what they see, what they observe, what they see us doing, it's very important. And they also observe from their elders. Everything that the child imbibes is from parents, from peer group, from classmates, from teachers. So every word that's spoken, every value that's conveyed, everything has to be right from the beginning. And also how they perceive their own emotions. It's very important to talk about those emotions, how they are feeling today. How is it this situation is, you know, making them like, we should talk to them about their self. I hope I have answered.
Very rightly said, ma'am. So children need to be successful. Every parent wants their child to be successful. If you want, ask me, yes, my daughter and my son need to be successful in front of my eyes. But success is most so over measured by materialistic metrics rather than intrinsic values that drives the true quality in a human being. What would be your sound piece of advice to parents to understand what's best for their children?
Yeah, I'll take up a small little story here since I teach through stories. So there were these two merchants, and one was selling a camel and the other was there to buy this camel. They both were very good negotiators, and the one who was selling, he quoted a price, and the one who was buying thought, okay, I have done a fair deal, and I have, he could settle him for a very reasonable price. Merchant, the one who sold, was very happy that he sold his old camel and he wanted to get rid of it, and at a very good price. The one who takes that camel home tells his helper to give him a bath. This camel, he should be taking care, like look after the camel and see if everything was all right. And he tells him that, you know what, I've got a very good deal for this. As the worker was giving bath to camel and preparing him for the journey and all, he finds that there is a bag of jewels in his saddle. So he comes to his master and he says, sir, see, there is this bag and there are precious stones in it. So what should we do about it? The merchant says, oh, I haven't paid for these jewels. I must go and return it to the seller. But the servant says, how stupid is my master? Why should you now go and return it? Now that you've brought the camel, why should you be returning these jewels? And you keep it and be happy and live your life with all the money that you'll get by selling these. So this merchant says, no, I haven't paid for this. I paid the price only for the camel. He goes back and he tells this seller that I have brought these gems. Please take them back. He says, oh, that's very kind of you. You could have easily kept it, and I had long back forgotten that I had hidden these. And okay, then take 2 gems from this package, and the rest of it, of course, I'll keep. So this buyer says, no, I have returned it. It's all your property, and I have kept my 2 gems which are still there, which is my loyalty, my integrity, and these values will last with me. And the price that I paid was only for the camel. What I want to bring out through the story is the values, the concepts that are taught in the class, uh, which cannot be otherwise through curriculum conveyed, can be conveyed through these stories. And these are virtues for creating good human beings for life. We are here to create good humans which carry those values till they are, alive, and they can be contributors. They can add those words of wisdom like Gaurav and everybody in the team. This is where we need to work upon our children right from the beginning, not just teaching them concepts, but also bringing, preparing them for life.
Wonderfully said, ma'am. Not only those are the true qualities of a real human being, but the much needed qualities of a leader. That brings me to the question. Today's children are definitely the leaders of tomorrow. On this, what would you think that our leaders, which is our future leaders, our children, should portray in terms of true and value-based leadership? How can understanding peace, being at peace, make this even more possible?
Yes, taking Malala Yousafzai's example here, I was yesterday reading her story, like how at the age of 11, she was the youngest recipient of Nobel Peace Prize, and how with her one pen, she could bring that change by writing. As a child, she wanted to have one magic pencil with which she could, she could help people to help her father to make buildings, which are schools, which where children, not only children, but girls were allowed. The ones who were forbidden, they could go and study. As she started growing, she understood that her magic pencil was actually in her writing. She started writing for BBC Urdu. Her stories started reaching to the world. And this is where she thought that if you have voice, if you really wish to become the voice of the voiceless, be that powerful person. Don't keep waiting for others to bring that change. Be the change that you want to see. Be that person who can actually help. She wanted to erase war, poverty, and she wanted to create a world where girls and boys were considered equally. They were all equals. There was no disparity, and everybody had equal rights to education. So I feel right from beginning, if we start inculcating these values in our children, they can grow up to be leaders who are contributors, who are change makers, who can take owners of not only their own actions, but also of the people around them. That's where I think stories can create a lot of impact. I would want to quote her this thing: one child, one teacher, one book, and one pen can change the world. And this is where the impact can be created.
Wonderful.
Yeah. So also
Indu
through her work, she
not only
wanted
have
that
you, yes,
entire world should be like a family. Like in our children, what we do, first look at our own self, then of course the family, then the state, then the country. So her vision was to create the whole world should be treated like a family. So this from, starting from me to we, this is very important. And this is where peace can begin from. If I am at peace, I will transcend that peace to everybody. Thank you. I hope I've done justice to the question.
Of course, you had given us, of course, ma'am. That was wonderful. We understood how important is it for every child to be nurtured from the very beginning to understand what life is all about.
Thank you.
And there, Gauravji sends two important commands that I need to voice out. Prepare the roots so that we do not have to repair the fruits. Prepare your child for the road, not the road for the child. Thank you, Gauravji, for adding that significant value for the ending of this wonderful session on how important is it for children at their infant stages to understand how important it is to be at peace. Now, well, we've understood the roots. Now, time to look at the fruits and time to look at the road. Let me please invite Ms. Pooja Saran to understand how teenagers and adolescents can be of worthwhile value to the society by understanding peace in every piece. Now, we are here at the second piece of life. Pooja ma'am, do we have signs behind the empathy in teenagers and adolescents? Do you think that teenagers or adolescents have the ability to demonstrate empathy?
Thank you so much for asking that question, Fahmida. I know you know me very well now. I'm crazy about science. If it doesn't have science, it doesn't work for me. I have to have a logic behind it. Because a lot of teenagers that the clients that I get in, I will not call them as clients or the patients or the sufferers. They are just stuck in a situation. And as I get these people and they share their stories, I understand one thing, that as a teenager, it's very important for them to find out the logic, the science, how it works, what works. They have already, a lot of people have already given them. As Indu ma'am very rightly said, we can put in the culture, we can start being grateful, we can start behaving grateful for our phones, for everything, and eventually the child will be grateful. But when the child grows up, now the child's left brain starts working. The logic, the reasoning, little bit goes here and there. And now the child starts questioning, because the life, when it goes uncomfortable, you start questioning what you have learned till now, what was working for you till now. And that's the reason everything I speak has to have science and logic behind it. Of course, we know the spiritual and the tradition path that has been followed since a very long time. So there is a lovely science, in fact, research done in Harvard Medical School, where they actually took around 2,800 students, teenagers, and they put those fMRI machines, and they showed them the pictures of different facial expressions. So the facial expressions were sadness, were fear, were guilt, surprise, anger, all mixed. And they were supposed to name those emotions, what they feel those emotions are. You will be surprised to know that 98.6% of the teenager said all of the emotions as anger. They could only see anger in sadness. They could only see anger in surprise. They could only see anger in disgust. How am I going to help them understand what peace is when they see me as I'm angry with them? Imagine this teenager sitting for a competitive exam, where in his head, he feels the teacher is angry with him, the mom is angry with him, the father is angry with him. They are not able to understand the emotions. And the surprise here that this research has been recently done. This is all the recent where we actually use our phones more than the faces. Have you ever sat with your teenager without your phone and looked into the teenager eye to eye and spoken to him? Have you ever noticed how your teenager is more comfortable in chatting out the emotion rather than talking it out? They're very comfortable. I have become a WhatsApp therapist. A lot of teenagers talk to me in the WhatsApp and they say we are more comfortable in WhatsApp. Why? Because that's what they're comfortable in. They don't have to see my anger because that's what they can say. Now, coming to your question of how important it is and how we as parents are reflecting on them. And I'll take this forward from Indu ma'am's talk, as in what we talk to our kids. What we talk. Again, there is a science behind it. There's a lovely concept called as Pygmalion effect. I'm sure people here know about it. Is what I talk actually reflects. So again, a research done in Stanley University, they took some of the reports of a couple of grades and they took out some of the students who were doing good. They said that this test is only for the graders, high performing graders. That's what they said. They kept the results. They didn't even open the results. Who's the high grader, who's not the high grader. It was just done. They just by guesswork took out a couple of names from every standard and gave it to the teacher. That these are the high performer students. And this was complete guesswork without any grade testing. After a year, when they went to the same grades, surprisingly, all those students did extremely well. And now what happened here? The teacher started thinking that these are high performing students. Now, trust me, the teachers don't even sometimes say it. It's the behavior that actually comes across. And we all know the mirror neuron concept, how important it is when we talk about the peace, the empathy. I do a lot of training for parents in autism, special needs kids. And I had one question. I love to share that question. A lot of parents ask me, my child is ADHD. He cannot sit at peace. He cannot rest. He doesn't have peace within. He cannot sit at one place for a longer time. Now I'll ask all the parents here who will have the same questions at times. My child is not at peace. My child doesn't feel comfortable alone at time. My child cannot sit for meditation. We're talking about meditation. It's not done. I will ask the same question and I'll stop here after asking that question. And I ask the same question with those parents. Since the time you've got this child in your hand, have you ever been in peace with yourself? Don't you just want to fix it? Don't you just want to make it sure that it goes the right way? So if you're not at peace with yourself, you cannot expect the child to be at peace with themselves. I hope that answers your question, Fahmida.
Of course. So which brings us to the final teachers, the parents, the adults, the teachers themselves. Do you think that there are mistakes that we do in trying to teach empathy or emotional intelligence to teach? What do you think, or where do you think we go wrong in teaching these aspects that gets misinterpreted in the teen's mind?
Wonderful question. I will just take 3 steps here. When you talk about the peace, the empathy, you sit with your child and you start talking about it. There are 3 points where we completely forget about taking care on talking about those things. And again, I would highly recommend all the parents and in fact the teenagers who are listening to us to go through that. We think we are going to listen to their emotions. We'll tell them, okay, come and speak to me about your boyfriend, about your girlfriends, about whatever is happening in your school or whatever. And the child sits in front of you. First of all, you don't switch off your phone. You feel that this is very important. Let's say if I'm very aware parent, very conscious parent, I keep my phone aside. I have a set time period. A lot of parents will come to me and say, you know what, I have heard your speeches. I've heard all that. Now I don't touch my phone. Okay, perfect. Now you're sitting and you're listening to the story of your child. But in your head, you're already planning what you have to reply, what is happening, what is going wrong. Your monkey mind is already giving you the pictures that could go wrong with your child. You immediately start fixing it in your head. You don't listen to them. The listening part goes. Imagine, can you listen to someone when you're already talking to yourself? No, you really can't. You already are planning, pre-planning, how do I change it? If the child is feeling sad, how do I make it okay? If the child is going wrong, if she's saying that she likes a boy, or if he's saying she's liking a girl, is he intercaste? Is he good? I want to see. Was he in Facebook? How did he meet? And what happened if he's not understanding maths? Can I speak to the teacher? Can I speak to the principal? The maths is not right. I'll also go back if I'm so guilty and triggered. My maths was not nice. I was not good at maths and I struggled whole my time. My child is struggling. So you're already starting to talk to yourself. That's first thing. When you're sitting with your child and listening, be at peace with yourself first. Stop getting triggered. You don't have to answer your questions. You're just listening. Be a good audience. Then the second thing that comes is the judgment. You start judging them. You start judging yourself. And a lot of women here, a lot of mothers here, they start judging themselves. You know, my parenting was not nice. What do I do? I'm sure all of you would have seen those parents who go to those DMIT tests. For me, a lot of people come for handwriting tests and handwriting analysis. Please check my child's handwriting analysis so that we can judge them better. Now, Fahmida, I have a question back to you. If you are being taken by your parent every time to a new person, please check this girl, please check this girl, please check this writing, please check her fingerprints, please check her body language. What as a child would you feel?
Something's wrong with me.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for giving me that answer. Something is wrong with me. I know the parents have all good intention to find out the best part and so that they can take the child at the best part. But the child starts feeling something is wrong with me. Why are you taking me to these people? Do I really need a doctor? That's the biggest thing that we try to fix things, and we don't want to waste time from there themselves finding the questions within themselves. What do they really like? And we want them to go to a level where what we actually like. And the third and the most important thing is the power game. If the child is not listening, I have the power over it to change the destiny. How I wish I can control it. How I wish I can not let my child suffer what all I suffered. Could you ever start, any one of you, have you ever started walking without falling at one time? We all fell, and then only we could start walking. If we were only sitting in the prams in the comfort zone, we would never walk. So as parents, I would highly request, in fact, I plead, please let them find their own answers. If you really can help, find peace within them yourself so that they can peacefully listen to what they're talking to you. I get a lot of parents who speak to me and they get the answers. There are times, I'm sure you have all the friends, all the beautiful friends that you have, you talk to them over phone, they don't have answers. They'll be like, yeah, this happens. And you're already getting your answers. Same thing with a teenager. He just wants to talk to you and he will find his own answers. Be there just as a street light. Don't try to deviate. This is the right path. This is the right path. He will go in the darkness. He will come back. Through the darkness only, he will find the light within and the peace within.
How wonderfully articulated. That was so interesting to hear, even as a mother of teen myself, from preparing the foot, from preparing the child to the road. How important is it to be a guiding light, not the guider themselves? Let them go to the darkness and find their own light. And as usual, Gauravji places his closing statement. The way we talk to our children becomes their inner voices, and the way we talk about them become their life stories. So ladies and gentlemen, now it is time to understand how and what their life story is all about. Thank you so much, Pooja, Saranji. It was a great pleasure having you, and I'm sure many parents out there now know what they need to do.
Thank you.
So moving on to the third, most welcome to you. Moving on to the third piece of life, the most scariest, the most competitive. It's all dark out there. You need to be a warrior. You need to keep your ammunition ready. Prepare for battle, warriors. No. So Sarnesh Bharadwaji is here with us to answer this dilemma, this chaotic mindset that we are in right now. Saneshji, please join me and do answer my question, please. Adult life.
Thank you so
As-
much, Fahmida. I'm ready. Please shoot your question.
Wonderful, wonderful. Adult life, a highly responsible episode of an individual where one has to demonstrate the ability of surviving through thick jungle of competition, greed, anger, survival of the fittest, as they say. Being true to oneself will actually be the right path to success, be enacted through understanding inner peace.
Thank you so much, Fahmida, for just coming out with this brilliant question. And I think this is the need of the hour we all need to understand. Specifically, so far, I think two layers very beautifully we have traveled through our eminent speakers, right from Indu ma'am, then taking over by Pooja ma'am, and finally coming to me. And I'm so glad that I'm addressing the most, as you mentioned, scariest, darkest. For me, I'll tell you, this is the most roller coaster kind of life, or probably the phase of life where you really see yourself who you are as an individual. Now, coming down to this third layer of life, especially when we start our journey as a professionalist. Now, here three things comes into picture. A lot of us, when we are just passing out our from our education background, now parents already have a lot of expectation from us because we come from a certain background. And I'll tell you, here I quickly want to quote one incident because my father got retired from Intelligence Bureau. Being a daughter of an intelligence officer, always the expectation from me was an IAS or IPS officer. Okay, that was the expectation. And being the eldest child in the family, you can understand I was carrying that entire load on my shoulder, right? And I had my cousins, my siblings, so everybody, my mom was so much onto it. See, look, you are the eldest one in the family. Please make sure you set the right example. Somewhere I was carrying that. By God grace, yes, I was too good into academics, too good into sports, too good into all the extracurriculum activities. Now, let me tell you what has changed my life. Right from my childhood, I used to think, why we live with this baggage of I have to just answer so many people around me for no reason. Why I have to answer so many people for who I am right now, what I want to do in my life, how I want to shape up my career. It's absolutely fine if I'm a daughter of an intelligence officer, or if I'm a daughter of an IAS officer, or if I'm a daughter of IPS officer. It's not necessary to take the same legacy on if I can do something much better, which I resonate with. Let me find out how beautifully I can probably just carve out my niche and see to it where I fit in. Because my all dreams was I wanted to be an aeronautical engineer. I wanted to just fly high. My ambitions were too high, to be very honest. And girls and boys of my age used to say, hey, you are too ambitious. I think you don't resonate with what people used to think. And especially coming down from a state like Haryana, where you can think way back in 2007, I have to fight a lot. Not literally a verbal fight, but yes, there was a fight between me and choosing my career and giving a shape of towards entrepreneurship journey, towards turning out to be a life coach and a business coach, and towards taking this whole journey to the next level. And the journey was so amazing because I again joined the most challenging, I would say, career after having my best technical job. I just dropped that. I said, no, this is not something I resonate with. Let me choose sales and marketing, because for a girl, being into sales way back in 2007 was again the biggest disaster in the sales industry, I would say. People used to rate you. Hey, you're a girl. You're a well-qualified engineer. Why don't you go and work like an engineer, a coder, a programmer? I said, hey, look, I don't resonate to this. And I, as an individual, free to take a call what I want to choose. You are nobody to judge me on what I should take on. And then the challenge comes. The next biggest challenge was through my hard work, through my dedication. When I started climbing the corporate ladder, the next very toughest challenge I would say was I being promoted to a branch manager and to the vertical head. And the team which was reporting to me was all the team of youngster and I would say all male counterparts. Now, can you imagine the irony of life that you have a team of almost 50 to 70 male around you, and they always have this, inequality concept of being why we should report to a lady, right? And the toughest challenge becomes when they all are more experienced than you, right? Handling them become really, really tough. But that's where we need to understand the real game. I played my second card here. I said, see, look, I have decided to take this challenge on. Life is not about just giving on dreams. I have my own ambitions. I have my dream. I decided to take this journey of my own. I have fought so bravely so far. I cannot give up on this so easily. Now, the next step is I have to make sure these all 70 or 80 male counterparts, whosoever is reporting to me right now, have to understand it's not about a gender. It's all about getting the right leader on place, creating the right outcomes which our organization is looking out, and probably sinking out in the thoughts of achieving a team goal. And that's where I just did the mindset. There was a shift in the mindset. There was a shift in the perception because I started taking people the way it is. I never judge people. Hey, you're from South, I'm from North. Let's play this game. No, I was never up for that. And we beautifully created a culture of peace into diversity, I would say. People from different culture, people from different languages, people from different community. I respected all of them completely. I welcomed them from my heart. I said, you have to understand, it's not a battle of community. It's not a battle of language. It's not a battle of defining a gender, a lady or a man. We are not fighting for that. Here we are working towards a common goal, and we have to ensure that we stick to it. And that's how year after year, when we start achieving, people start accepting me the way as a strong leader because I redefine the terminology of gender in their minds. And why I was able to, this is not something I want to boost myself. I'm sharing because there are a lot of women leaders who probably might be struggling with the same challenge, right? And as a professionalist, even as a male, I'll tell you, we always run this race. Hey, I want good money. I want good promotion. I want to have the best car. I want to have the best house. I want to have the best spouse. Because I counsel a lot of people as a life coach, and I get a lot of cases where people don't understand the basic difference between what is called work-life balance. They compare their spouses. Hey, I expect something out of her. She is not. Then I cross-question as a coach. Do you even justify her expectation? If you're expecting something from somebody, please make sure you are throwing the same question back to you first. Right? You cannot expect somebody which you are not yourself and you're just trying to fit into, or the opposite person to fit into a frame which you feel very ideal. I mean, this is terrific, isn't it? We cannot be so judgmental. We cannot be so inhuman. That's where we are losing the connect of human. So right now, for me, the most important thing, in order to bring peace to you, it does not matter which profession you are into, what sort of position you lead in life. Always, your first religion is humanity. Please connect people onto the humanitarian ground. That's where you feel the real essence of life. And today I feel we are strictly missing on that. We fight for something so materialistic. No, my wealth is not this. That girl doesn't fit into my life because she's not of my status. And for God's grace, please stop giving the statement and judging people on saying, I cannot get into a relationship with a girl because probably her materialistic property or the bank balance doesn't match with my status. Can you understand? People has gone into this mindset, which is so pathetic. Now, can we get out of that and learn something which is a next level of life? What is a beautiful life? A beautiful life is not about materialistic thing. We all need money. We all have to work because today we all lead a competitive life. We have to accept this fact. But with this acceptance, we have to also understand there is more than all these materialistic things. Do we today integrate our life into the areas of integrity, compassion, right? Love, peace. Do we connect people really onto the relationship levels? Do we talk to somebody without this electronic gadget called phone? Can I talk to somebody when somebody is in pain? Can I relate to somebody who is just wanted to share one simple thing? Hey, I miss you today. Can you go and hug somebody like a human? I think we are missing all the simple things in life, and that's where we create the biggest mess of life. So according to me, I think the first and the foremost thing, does not matter which position you hold, please hold yourself as a human. That's just the strongest thing which we all need to understand. And today, I think the crisis we all are going through, I need not to tell, it's we all can see it barely with our eyes, right? And we all can feel the heat out of it. But I am a firm believer of karma. So it's all about today you do good. Let the doing might be from a very small piece. You can help people, not monetary. You can just go and help people even on emotional connect. Please do your bit. That's where you create the right karma for you. And that's the need of the art. Today, people don't need money. Money cannot buy, just everything in life. But yes, it is the most important thing, but not everything in life. Right? So the beauty of life is balance your areas. Profession is important. Personal life is important. Your spouse is important. Your family is important. Your society is important. Please don't be into only in your world. Hey, it's all about me, my money, my account. Please get out of this. Life is more beautiful. Please go and enjoy life. And at last, I want to say, just have an ending to this question. Please feel the divine universe. Universe has bigger things to offer you. Welcome all those things, and you can only do that when you have a human connect. You cannot buy universe blessing just by being materialistic. So be yourself, be a human, and accept the people they are. Everyone is beautiful in their own ways.
Not only did you answer my question, my first question, you gave a beautiful flow to the second question of external factors being a pivotal role, playing a pivotal role in our lives, deciding, judging what we should do. I think you have taken those up beautifully. And as I said, it was not only my question, Saneshji, it was a question of the universe, of how they need to be true to themselves despite all those negative elements. And I just stated at the very beginning, when I figured life, I understood everything had to stop. But when I figured peace, I let go of everything. So be at peace and let others be at peace, because the life and the world is a collaborative being. All together is an ecosystem, and we need to survive equally. And I had a very beautiful saying by Supriya ji, who says, people will rate you, break you, shake you, and hate you, but it's who they will make you as. So when life throws stones and sticks at you, pick them up and build your stairway to success. Thank you, Sanesh ji, for giving me that beautiful session and making everyone understand the importance of being at peace with oneself, and most importantly, getting others to live in peace. So respect each other's model of world. Thank you once again.
Thank you so much, Fahmida.
And now, having understood the baby stage of life, the teenage stage of life, and then the most scarier stage, the adult stage of life, we now come to a much more challenging route. People may say it is the most amazing, peaceful journey that one can take over, but the challenge is only understood by people who live it, and that is the elderly stage of life, senior citizens. Respect to them, and I invite Kavita ji to join me in answering certain doubts and questions that the world has for her. So beginning with Kavita ji, please do tell me, senior citizens, are they actually at an advantage of having traveled the entire journey of life and reached the end of the race? Now, this gives them the time and the experience. Now, they've been a kid, been a teenager, been an adult, seen the world, faced the competition, and now they're resting. So would this statement be something that you would highly resonate with?
It's a double-edged sword, I would say, and I myself do not agree that this is the age to rest. This is the age to learn, to experience new things, and to lead the new generation with your experience. Yes, this is the age where you have earned the experience in professional wise, personal wise, but still there are a lot of challenges which are there. I see that the people here face with PPH, put them in three categories. PPH is first is pride of having achieved in so many years in their professional life, in their relationship, in their family context. Then the power, yes, over the years you have become a director of a company, or you're a principal of a school, or you're a headmistress, or you are simply the eldest person of your family, right? This is again a power which is comes at this age. And then your health. Yes, your health is again something to take care at this age. It is, we have, the pandemic has shown, the least priority we used to give to our health. It is of such a relevance to us, and we have to respect and thank God for giving us a healthy body. And we have to work and keeping peace with our health. I believe that was missing. We have to keep peace with our health also. They have, it is said, कि हमने बाल धूप में सफेद नहीं किए हैं. जी हाँ, आपने बाल धूप में सफेद नहीं करे हैं. एक एक्सपीरियंस के साथ आया है. एक्सपीरियंस के साथ आपने बहुत कुछ, आपके पास ज्ञान है जो आप आने वाली जनरेशन को पास कर सकते हैं. And yes, this is the time where you get that time for introspection. Before that, your corporate life, you were very busy earning the bread for the family, very busy trying to, make sure that your children going to the best school or college or something. Now is the time to introspect about all the aspects, about the pride. I take pride in my son, but my son has his own life. It is not something that should disturb me, or my family should disturb me. Power, I was the principal, I was the director, or I am the eldest in the family, but that doesn't mean that I command the things. I have to earn, like I used to earn my salary when I used to work. Your love, experience, and your affection to everyone, unconditional love, you will earn that power, that love from in the family. And health, you have to be in peace with your health. If you're good, you're healthy, take care of it, embrace it, pamper yourself. In case there are some challenges, accept it. Yes, this is part of my life and I have to work with it. I have to be in peace with it. So this is what I see, that they have wonderful things to learn, continue to learn, and to share with the generation to be at peace.
Well, ma'am, then elders become the benchmark of excellence for discipline and direction. Now, does this burden them with so much of responsibilities, or do they view it as their responsibility to pass down the legacy of learnings and life in the grander scheme of things, so that their children, their grandchildren could understand what life is all about at an earlier stage, not without having to wait till you become necessarily a senior citizen?
I see that this is the age where you can have a beautiful bonding with one thing that can make a difference: moving from past and living in present. The day you decide you're moving from your past and living in the present, you will make a wonderful peace with your environment. peace within yourself, peace with the family members. Because the greatest challenge and unrest that comes when you're living in that past, when you are trying to compare, this is what we call generation gap is there. When youngsters say teenagers and you don't understand, this is our time, this is how we do it. If they say you sit and do it, it's like, oh, you used to do it, but this is our time. We are born with technology, so we are using it. You are not able to use it, that's why you're not using it. But the moment you come in present, you come in peace with the present scenario, and then sit with them and listen to them, as Pooja has mentioned, you don't have to pre-plan or judge them. You are listening them with the present mindset rather than past mindset that हमारे जमाने में ऐसे होता था, हमने ऐसा किया था, तो हमने लाइफ में कितना अचीव किया है, तुमसे कुछ नहीं होगा, because and you are listening them to answer back with these kind of questions. The moment you say, okay, this is present, things have changed, generations have changed, technology have changed, now let me listen to them. And if I can teach, I can learn also from them. When you have that open mind, you will see that peace will come, and you yourself will set a tradition in the family that we have to be sitting together. We don't have to judge each other. We have to accept each other. Like the generation, younger generation wants them to be accepted. Same way, senior citizen wants them to be accepted. Why we are thinking like this, they should also understand it. And small traditional values these elders give to our family, like sitting and having your lunch or dinner without a mobile, or having a family time where you can sit and talk. So I think they are the beautiful people to take the things in life in a very peaceful way and in a harmony way.
Well, as harmonious as it can be. Now it's time to retrospect on the entire. Now we've listened from the experts of the infants, the teens, the adults. Now let's bring life into one spectrum, as I called the being. So I would like to invite Miss Kavitha and all the other speakers, Miss Indu, Miss Pooja, Miss Tanesh. You've heard the perspective of all 4 different walks of life, all 4 episodes. Now, we've got 2 minutes. So this is me taking the stance of a moderator, giving you the time. 2 minutes, ma'am. So let us divide into 4 different sections and see where we can give our beloved audience a beautiful view of life itself. So shall we begin with Indu, ma'am?
Thank you, Fahmida, and thank you, actually, Kavita. I could relate so well because I belong to that age group, I would say. And as she has very categorically mentioned that how we can learn. It's been an entire year that I've been learning from my children. Right from starting Zoom to starting making videos. My son is into digital marketing, so how he, motivated me to make videos, to reach out to people. This is how I'm sitting along with all of you. So this is very right that at this age we have to becomes the cycle changes. We start learning from our own children and then connecting it with my own parents. In the morning itself, my son was saying that we can be my own parents, and my father is like 85 now. He is still writing articles. He is chairperson of his own area. He is on every morning you will see one article from him, and he was saying, mama, how motivating are these, and we have to, like, they have set that benchmark where each one of us feels like we still can't match their energy. So this is like connecting 3 generations, whereas our elders can be that motivating, then middle, like the sandwich generation, which has to connect both, and learning from our own kids and learning from our parents, and also kind of being connecting them. That's how family structure whatever we, at home do it, I think that's where how it gets reflected outside in the word itself also. So I would say right from beginning, from infancy, right from the day child is born, the values, the happiness, the gratitude that we start giving, expressing, it continues till our all stages. So this is how it continues.
Wonderful. Paving the path for the children to understand the direction that need to take. So let's move on quickly to the teenage level, the most toughest people to handle. So what are your thoughts about this, Pooja ji?
Oh, thank you so much, Fahmida, for saying this, the most toughest generation to handle, because that's what we have been saying. And the manifestors here will understand that it is becoming the toughest generation to handle, because that's what we are telling to ourselves. And that's what you're telling to them. Why not say the most crucial, why not say the most powerful generation ever? This is the most powerful generation ever, because that's the time. The adolescent is the time where you find the purpose of your life. If guided properly, if given the light properly, and if let them fly free. So I'll again put science behind it. I know I have 2 minutes, but I will not get rid of this chance of giving the science behind it. In the adolescent time, we have a neuroplasticity happening. We have a lovely process called as myelin, and we also have a lovely process called as pruning that is happening in your heads. So it's a time where you lose it or use it, or lose it. We have to, all the adolescent, if you see all the mammals, they are not one kids. They're either 2-3 kids. There are a lot of piglets, they're born. There are a lot of couples, as in a lot of kids are born together. And they go out, they don't feel alone. At adolescent stage, they need to leave the nest. When I am in adolescent stage, I need to leave the nest. So what do I do? Because I'm the single child, I'm the only one in the family at this age. When I leave the nest, I need to make friends with other people, right? I need to find out people I can trust outside my house. But sad to say, my parents are not trusting those people. My parents don't want me to do that. Though they want me to be independent, though they want me to be, making friends and be social. But when I have to leave the nest, I need to find out a base whom I can trust. So let them go, let them fly, let them go free, explore the world, explore everything that they want to, without being feared of hurting yourself, because they will not hurt themselves. You have done that. And from their hurting, whatever I have gone through, this is the story. I'm sitting in front of you. I've been talking about these stories to so many people, and I'm getting appreciated of being honest about it because I got hurt and I made a story out of it. So let them make their own stories. Don't try to control it. And one more last thing is again to peace. A lot of people will hear us, okay, we have spoken so much about peace. You should do this, you should do this, you should do. How do I find the peace within? For that, peace within is feeling felt. When I feel felt, and how do I feel felt? When I feel sad, I sit with me. I sit with a cup of tea and I tell myself, you know what? I'm feeling sad. And it's okay to be sad. You know what? I'm feeling a little disappointed. And it's okay to feel disappointed. When I have that peace with every emotion that I am feeling. So this whole concept of peace in every piece is actually peace in every piece of emotion that you're having. And that's where you get less triggered. That's where you accept other people unconditionally. You do things for your kids and you say, you know what, I got your iPhones, I got this and I got that. What am I expecting? I'm only expecting you to listen to me. I'm only expecting you to, come first in class or study or focus. I'm sorry, that's not unconditional love. This was a bribe. You did that because of this? No. And only when you find your peace within, you sit with your emotions and accept all the emotions and all the triggers, that's where you find peace within, and that's where you can give the peace to the generation which is so powerful. So Fahmida, to the most powerful generation and the most powerful stage in the life.
Powerful generation it is. I'm going to call my daughter tomorrow. You are from a powerful generation. I love handling you. Well, that's not true to say.
I can understand that.
Yeah.
You don't look like a mother of two, though.
Oh, thank you so much. From pure to powerful, I've been waiting to hear your insights from the passionate, the representation of the passion to survive, the passion to succeed. Sonesh ji, your thoughts on this, please.
So, as we call ourselves, we are into a generation of so-called professionalists. We fairly has covered our two layers beautifully, right from our child age to coming down to teenagers. And you have seen the beautiful synergy between each layer. So when the synergy happens in this way, it unfolds into a beautiful journey of getting into professional life. As a professional, I have one thing here very clearly which I want to mention. Don't live into past, don't expect too much about future. You have no control on your past and future. Please understand, don't be into this myth. Life is I will go and change. Don't become that kind of philosopher that you talk only stories. That is not going to help you. Really want to have peace? Let me tell you, the best mantra is live in the present moment. Enjoy it completely, thoroughly. And even if you don't have any reason, sometime I feel we should initiate and trigger that inner child in all of us. Does not matter you become the oldest, still you have that child in you, because the next generation which we talk about, they don't need your money, they don't need your bangla and gadi. All they need is a connect like a child. So please accept the fact you are wonderful, you're beautiful, and please trigger that child sometime whenever you feel. It's absolutely okay. We all are human beings. We all have our own share of ups and downs. Accept yourself the way you are, and that's beautifully you unfold the entire journey of life. And last but not the least, very important, balance everything in your life in a manner that you don't have only materialistic things. Absolutely no, because your life is way beyond it. And way beyond, when I talk about, you have your relationships, you have your professional life, you have your finance. You have to balance everything, my dear friend. You cannot run away from this beautiful life journey, because it's a marathon, right? Our first chapter and our last chapter, probably we don't have any control. How I take life, it's a beautiful book where my first chapter is my birth, which is again not into my control, and my last chapter is my death, which is again not into my control. So why to fear? In between, you have the most, I would say, the roller coaster ride, which you can ride in your own way. So please be present in the moment, enjoy what is happening around you, accept the way the life is throwing at you. It is coming. Only thing is you have to make your attitude in such a manner, anything comes to you, you should be able to tackle it the best way. Positive attitude. That's it. And that's the whole climax of your life. It's so simple, so beautiful, and so wonderful. So I bless all of you with this love, compassion, and enjoy this journey of abundance. That's how.
Wonderful, Soneshji. Ending with you, Kavita ma'am. It's the climax. How about triggering that inner child within? Do you think that life at the end of the journey can be peaceful?
You have to feel like a child. Like a child, you have to be a learner. Like a child, you have to take control of things. Control of things, I would say, your thoughts, what you think. Don't go by what people will think about it. If you like to do something, you want to jump around, jump around. It's okay. Have that child within you. In your speech, something going wrong, always have control power on your speech. What you say, the generation is watching you. They are learning from you. It is again, the power is within you. And how you act. The way things are happening, that are not in your control, but the way you act will keep you, in the memories for years and years, in your family members, people around you. Like we say, we remember so fondly that, he was such a, open-minded person, fun-loving person. He was the person who knew how to live the life. So when you give that control to yourself, everybody talk about giving away the control. I said taking the control of what you think, what you say, and how you act. That will bring the peace within you and acceptance. I say the acceptance is the key to the things. Whatever happening around you, we cannot change it. Once you have that acceptance, definitely you will be able to accept it and act accordingly and bring peace in your life and spread the peace around you. That's the words I would like to say, that the peace in every piece will exist once you accept and act and think and behave accordingly. Thank you for such a wonderful opportunity, meeting such enlightening speakers.
Thank you, Kavitaji. As they say, there are so many different walks of life, even in this very platform we are in, different personalities. No longer do we have to be a chameleon to try and adapt to whoever, whatsoever that environment will be. The golden words of our four speakers: be true to yourself. Although we may come from vastly different stories and vastly different backgrounds, we are one who possess common values and common ideals. The ones who need to celebrate individual excellence, things that we cannot do it alone. The secret of life itself, to let every segment produce its own yield. The harvest of youth is achievement. The harvest of middle age is perspective. The harvest of age is wisdom itself. Thus, the harvest of life is serenity, peace in every piece of life. Before I wind up this session, I would like to call upon Ms. Chanchulji to give away a few words.
Thank you very much, Fahmida. Am I audible?
Yes, you are, ma'am.
Okay, thank you so much from all the panelists. And it's very good saying that all listenings or learnings, when shared, they become more loyal. So just in nutshell, I would say longer the roots of 3 A's, 3 C's, and 3 R's, where 3 A's means accept, attempt, and appreciate. And C's connect, cultivate, and contribute. And 3 R's, we can say, to recognize, remember, and reciprocate whatever good is being possessed and done to you. These are, I think, the takeaways from today's all learnings, which have been delivered by all the eminent speakers and panelists in that smooth manner that where the time flies of these 2 hours, I think nobody knows, and we still want to listen from them. So thank you from my side to all the panelists, and I have a video which will prove what we have done today, what we have spoken, that this is reality, where pieces will change to peace. So Madhav, can I play that video, please? Madhav, are you there? Fahmida, please check if Madhav is there.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, please check.
Yes, ma'am. 1 minute, ma'am.
Please. Okay. Sound is missing. Sound.
Now it will come.
ओ जज्बाती भारतवासी मन की लगाम को आज तू कस ले, इच्छाएं जो उबल रही उन्हें संयम के ढक्कन से ढक ले, तुझे कुदरत कुछ सिखा रही है, इस कुदरत की इज्जत रख ले, तुझे के खातिर जीने में कितना मजा है आज तू चख ले, अपनी नहीं तो देश की खातिर तेरे चरण कमल काबू में रख ले, तेरे चरण कमल काबू में रख ले, हाँ तेरे चरण कमल काबू में रख ले, एक लंबी सांस को खींच के सोच ऐसा वक्त कभी न आया, एक अदृश्य से दुश्मन ने हम सबको इतना डराया, मुश्किल में है व्यापार, मंदा है कारोबार, वायरस सिस्टम में आया यूं के पहुंच हुआ संसार, क्या इसमें कोई सबक छिपा है, तू हालात को जांच पर रख ले, दूजा मौका मिला है तुझको, इस मौके से आज सबक ले, और कठिन वक्त के खातिर अपने पैसों की कर ले बचत रे, हम सब सारे जुड़े हुए हैं यही सच है गांठ में रख ले, हाथ न छूना पर दिल को छू ले, ऐसी मिसाल तू सामने रख दे, तेरे चरण कमल काबू में रख ले, तेरे चरण कमल काबू में रख ले, हाँ तेरे चरण कमल काबू में रख ले, तेरे चरण कमल काबू में रख ले, हाँ तेरे चरण कमल काबू में।
Thank you, Madhav. Thank you so much. And I hope all of you have liked this video and the essence of today's life. This is what is really happening. So longer the roots of simplicity with 3 A's, 3 C's and 3 R's, we grow in us, more grounded we are. Thank you, Fahmida, for a wonderful session, and Gauravji for taking all the initiatives to take this momentary that we never, want to go out of it. We want more. Ye dil mange more. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. And I would like to take this opportunity.
Thank you, Chan.
I would like to take this opportunity to thank you, each and every one of you, such an eminent speaker. You all are my family, and I truly respect you and love you from the bottom core of my heart. This is my style, right? With a smile and an attitude of gratitude. आप सब लोगों को एक बार दोबारा मेरा हाथ जोड़ के प्रणाम, नमस्कार, दिल से धन्यवाद, धन्यवाद, आभार, आभार, आभार. Because today's session is such an insightful session, which I really want to mention one thing, just one simple few words you can say, because it is very easier to prepare stronger children rather than to repair broken men. Rather than to repair broken men, right? If you are a parent, teacher, you deal with children in any way means any way, then let them know, wow. W-O-W, wow. You are worthy. I will not define you by your marks, grades, ability, or background. You are original. I value your uniqueness. What makes you you? I will not compare you to others. Lastly, you are welcome. I welcome you as you are. I will not shame you, and I will make sure that I will give you an emotionally safe environment to grow. So, on the ending note, I want to thank each and every one of you, especially Chanchal ma'am, the founder of 3H Companion, who gave us the opportunity to present our session today, Positive Thoughts Consulting and Training Solutions. Me, along with my team of eminent speakers, my beautiful and talented, skillful moderator, Fahmida Mohamed from Sri Lanka. Right. I thank you, Indu Punj ma'am, Pooja Saran ma'am, Kavita Rai ma'am, and Sunesh Bhardwaj ma'am. Also, I would like to thank each and every one of the audience today, Preeti Sachdeva ji, Anirudh ji, Keshav ji, Madhav ji, who is also taking care of the technical part, Khyati ji, Supriya Kumar Belan, she is very active audience, you can say. She is a very our core team member from Positive Thought, Fatma Sogra ji, and we have Sarit Ghosh ji, Sangeeta ji, and many other people जो भी हम लोगों को Facebook पे देख रहे हैं, तहे दिल से आभार. And peace in every piece. सबसे अच्छी चीज है ह्यूमैनिटी, काइंडनेस और आपकी स्माइल. योर स्माइल इज द की टू हैप्पीनेस. योर स्माइल, योर एटीट्यूड ऑफ ग्रैटिट्यूड will win the race for you. Definitely win the race for you. That's all from my end. And Fahmida ji, please take over and wind the session, this beautiful blockbuster session. Yes, today I'm also not well. My throat is not giving me that much support. Chanchal ma'am knows this thing. You all know this thing very well. But yes, thank you once again. Fahmida ji, please take over.
This session is nothing but an incandescent example that COVID cannot beat us down. Come, invite yourself into us, but we shall be moving forward. Be strong, be yourself, be you, because you should not allow anybody to put yourself down, and be sure that you never put yourself down. Peace in every piece. Thank you so much for this wonderful opportunity. It's almost been 120 minutes of this particular day that was well spent with so much of wonderful insights for every walks of life. Today's session goes to the entire universe, from a newborn to a senior citizen. How amazing could it get? Thank you so much for this wonderful opportunity, and let's finally peace out. Good evening and have a great life ahead. Thank you so much.
Thank you everyone. Thank you Fahmida, thank you Gauravji, thank you Chanchal ma'am, and all the wonderful souls out. Stay blessed, happy, peace, and just stay safe. Thank you so much. It was so lovely to connect with all of you.
Thank you, Ina too.
Thank you.
Ina is left to say thank you. I think Fahmida, we must pay our sincere thanks to Ina ma'am also.
Thank you.
Yes,
everybody.
definitely.
It was great being with all of you.
Ina ma'am is the co-chair of Positive Thought. You can say she is my strength. She is my strength, and she will be there in every session of Positive Thoughts. She is taking care of the technical part, and she's posting pictures in every few seconds in the group. And
beautiful
hats off to
ones.
Ina ma'am. Hats off to Ina ma'am. And I would like to bring you in your kind notice that it's her daughter's birthday today. So let her wish happy birthday.
A very happy birthday.
Happy
birthday to
Thank
your
you
daughter.
so much. Thank you so much. I'm taking the blessing.
Prayers, love, and smile to each
Happy
one of
birthday.
you.
Thank
Happy
you so
birthday.
much.
Very
We
nice.
could have cut virtual cake as well.
Yes,
So
Yes,
hold
yes.
on. What's the name of your daughter, Inaji?
Sanchita Singh.
Sanchika Singh. So why not we
Sanchita.
all
We
wind
call
up?
her by her nickname name is Cherry.
Cherry.
Oh, wonderful. So let's
Cherry
go
on the
cherry
cake.
because it's a sweet fruit. So let's
Right,
sing a
right.
beautiful birthday song for her while we end this session. Can we go about it on the
Let me
count of
just
Yes,
call her.
yes,
Let
yes.
me just call her.
Yeah,
It's
please
easier
call
way.
her.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Fahmida. You rocked the show. And
thank you so much. Thank you.
Suneshi, it was lovely listening to you and lovely connecting with Indu Punj ma'am here, Kavita ma'am, and Chanchal ji. I've met you guys for the first time, and I have learned so much from your talks. Such beautiful value added in my life. I think this 120 minutes, very beautiful minutes for me.
Yes, here is
So, ma'am, it's the beauty. It's the beauty that we all are connected here with God's grace, and we are thanking, appreciating. That's what I said. 3 A's, 3 C's, and 3 R's all through the life.
Absolutely. We have Sanchita here.
Ina ma'am, put the spotlight on your face.
Spotlight, okay.
Yeah, I am going ahead and doing it. So here we go. The
Good.
The birthday girl is here.
Yeah.
All right, then here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Happy
birthday to you.
Happy
birthday to you.
Happy birthday, Cherry. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you. God bless you, dear.
God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, everybody, for making my day. Thank you so much.
God bless you.
This is beyond, you can say, imagination also. I'm feeling so happy. Thank you.
Sanchita, you are cherry to the cake today. So
Yes.
keep smiling. We bless you. Lots of prayers and blessings and smiles forever.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everybody.
So it's time to say bye and wish everyone very good luck and best of luck. Happy birthday to a new you from this moment. So here we are signing off.
Thank you so much. Have a wonderful evening.
Bye. Take care. Stay blessed.